Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Denison, your billionaire farmer. So in this video today, we are going to discuss how to start a small-scale Garri processing business in Nigeria. A lot of people have reached out to me concerning this, and I decided to put this video out here because when you want to venture into agriculture, there are diverse ways. Agriculture is vast. It's either you're going into primary production or you're going into secondary production, processing, distribution, sales of inputs and the rest. So in this video, it is for those who want to start Garri processing business. They are not actually cultivating cassava, or maybe they want to add that to what they're already doing. So this video, I've made this guide. It's very mathematical, very easy to understand. I've just picked the key machines, the key tools that you need to be able to set up a small-scale Garri processing business in Nigeria and be able to make good profit at the end of the day. So stay connected and let's dive deep into the subject. But before we do that, like this video, subscribe to this channel, turn on the bell icon so that you get notified anytime I upload a video here. So let's start. So now we're looking at the cost implication and profitability analysis. Cost implication and how profitable Garri is in Nigeria. That is what we're looking at here. So as a smart entrepreneur, you will never venture into any business without a written business plan. That is where the journey starts. What you want to go into, you need a plan, a written plan that will guide you, right? So what I'm doing here, you're expected to get your writing materials, get your tools, and then as you're watching the video, you're also doing your calculation for you to be able to know what we are looking at and how much you will need to be able to start this. So here we are looking at things to consider: machines and equipment, the raw materials, that is the cassava itself, then profitability analysis. You need the machines, access to the raw materials, and how profitable this business is. Now let's start with the machines. The capacity of what we are looking at here is a 60 bag of 50 kg per day, and it is semi-automated. What semi-automated means is that most of the activities that will be done in that factory will be done by machines, but this machine will still need human assistance, like maybe 20 or 70% work will be done by the machine. Then a little of 10 or 20 will be done by humans. That is what is known as semi-automated. So what we are looking at here, we'll start with cassava peeling and washing machine. What is the responsibility of this machine? This is the machine that peels the cassava for you and wash it. Because if you're starting this cassava processing business, I don't advise you to start with maybe employing people to come and peel the cassava one for you. Let's assume you buy 10 tons of cassava or 12 tons of cassava. How long is it going to take human beings to peel this thing and wash? And getting labor most times is not that easy. So it is preferably that you get what a cassava peeling and washing machine is very important. So important for what you're doing. A small scale, no matter how small you want it to be, get this machine. It could be that the price I have here is the price I've gotten from people that supply this equipment, some of my team people that I work with, right? So the price you see here, 950,000 naira for cassava washing and peeling machine, might not be the same with what you are going to get. This calculation is based on 3 tons per day factory, right? So if, let's assume you decide to go for maybe 1 ton or half a ton, let's say 500 kg per day, the cassava peeling and washing machine will be constructed for you at a lesser price. It might not be up to that 950,000, so don't be scared. So when you have your cassava peeler and washer, next you are going for what? Cassava presser. Cassava presser. This is the one that help to press the cassava that is grinded to extract the water, the moisture content in garri. It will extract it from away so that the garri will be ready for frying. So for this machine, the selling price now for a 3-ton capacity is 985,000 naira. Next, what you need to get is garri fryer. This is the machine that fry your garri for you. You know, most of these things, many of our parents, or let me say people that stay in the rural area, they still do them manually. You see them with a frying pan, frying the cassava with their hands. But you can imagine how long is it going to take someone doing that to fry 10 bags of garri. It will take a longer time. They will have to turn it there and wait for the garri to dry before packaging and taking it to the market. And if you're doing a business now, you have a huge demand. Nobody will be waiting for you to go and start frying garri in frying pan one. So it's very important that you get a garri fryer. The machine fry everything equally, evenly. There is no, okay, maybe this one has burnt. You know, we have instance where you fry garri and discover that some of them will get burnt. Since it is human controlling it, most times they have this, we experience this kind of things when we are processing garri in one of my friend's factory, where we help people to get some of those trainings, right? So it is very, very important that you get a fryer. This fryer will do a better job than human. It will maintain the quality. You'll be consistent with quality of garri that you are producing or supplying in the market. Not that you supply a garri that is well dried today, then the next supply the garri is not dried, or the garri is black, right? Or this one is not. You will not be consistent. So buyers will not be able to identify with your brand. But when you have a good fryer that is keeping consistency 1,000 times, you are still getting the same. As long as the person operating the machine is doing the right thing, setting all the temperature at the right frequency, you're maintaining quality, consistent quality, and you build a good customer base with that. So the grader, that is what will grade the cassava, the tubers, right? Then the grinder will grind the tubers. Then we have garri sieve. You know, when garri is fried, most times the garri will not come out being the same particles. So this sieve now, you will use it to be able to sieve grades of garri, right? Like it will help you to sieve the grade of the sizes. So if one of the garri is the particles are very tiny, this sieve will extract it different. Then extract another one that is a bit bigger. Then like that, it will just extract it based on how the sieve is. That is after frying. So this one too will also help you to stay consistent with how your garri comes out. Not that the first garri you supply, the eyes are big, then the next one you supply, the eyes are tiny. No, you're consistent. So then when you have this electrical control panel, so this one helps control the flow of current in the factory, right? So this one, maybe you spend 520,000. It might be less than that if you are doing less than 3 ton, right? Depending on where you have gotten your equipment from. Depending on where you get your equipment from. So now we have looked at machines now, the machines that we need. So we have assumed, we have a figure here that for machines and equipment you'll be spending 5,840,000. This money that we have here is what you will need. Remember, this is for 3 tons. So if you're doing for 1 ton, believe me, the money will be very less, very that you'll be able to afford. So we have now gotten the figure for the machine. So let's go and look at the aspect of raw materials, right? Cassava tubers is the primary material for cassava production. So where are you going to get your cassava? Where are you going to source? So I see many people do this mistake. They will just go and find a place and set up a very big factory and then start looking for raw materials. You will discover that most of those factories, maybe they will operate highest two seasons, and then maybe they are operating below their capacity. Remember, this is a 3-ton cassava processing factory that we're estimating for here. So let's assume after setting up the factory, the farmers that will access their cassava finish January, right? So February, March, till we have to wait for like 4 to 5 or 6 months before we start having Garri. Or where the Garri is will be too far from you. Then when you count the cost of logistics of moving these tubers to where your factory is, your profit margin has dropped, and any slight mistake, you will not be in profit. So it is a grave mistake, and if you're starting out small, don't do it. So if your community does not have cassava and you have calculated your logistic and it's not profitable for you, it's advisable to set up your factory where it will be easier for you to get raw materials. It will be easier for you. So currently in Nigeria, cassava is selling, depending on location. So you're watching me from Benue State. So here with 35,000, 45,000, you can get a ton of cassava depending on season. Though cassava is not seasonal, but we have season where you have a lot of supply of cassava. So at that time, the price per ton might be less, or the price per ton might be higher. So these figures are not 100% accurate, but I just want you to have an idea. So to produce 60 bags of cassava, that's 50 kg bags daily, which is 3 tons capacity, you need an average of 10 to 12 tons of cassava daily. So you can imagine this volume of cassava you're needing. So if your factory is in a place where there's no cassava, you will suffer. You will suffer because you start looking for where to get cassava, right? So we estimate that on a monthly basis, the money that we should be investing in cassava, sourcing cassava to our factory, should be around 8 million to 13 million, yeah, for cassava per day. So this is a big project for a 3-ton cassava factory. So if you're doing for less than that, it will be very easy. So based on what we have discovered, or I've shared here with you today, is that first, the machines that you need. You have to know the machines that you need. When you know the machines that you need, then you have to look at access to raw material, which is the major one, cassava. Cassava is not the only raw material that you'll be needing, right? So you'll be needing maybe like palm oil. You'll be needing several other things that people add to Garri. Yeah? So depending on how you want the quality of your Garri should be, you'll be needing things like water. You'll be needing things like electricity. Are you providing solar, or are you going with normal power supply, NEPA for Nigeria, things like that? So you have to be able to know which aspect will work better for you, right? So now let's go to profitability analysis. It is very difficult for me to get this aspect right for you, because the profit analysis of cassava is depending on, one, the brand of cassava that you want to be producing, and 2, your market, and 3, season, right? So for cassava, we have a biofortified cassava, which is a vitamin A cassava. Then we have this normal cassava, the local cassava that you know. So if I am the one going into this business, I will streamline and niche down to bio-certified cassava vitamin A. So my profit margin with someone who is producing normal cassava will not be the same. The normal Garri will not be the same. Can you see it now? So, and also my location, how much I invested in buying the raw materials. If I'm starting production in my state, in my village, where there is excess cassava all year round, I will spend less than that to buy cassava. Most times we even go to farm and buy cassava from the ground. You uproot it yourself. Do you get? So the money I will invest in buying raw materials will be very cheap. So when it comes to profitability analysis, it will be difficult for me to explain to someone that, okay, this is how much you're going to get. If we invest 10 million, you're going to make 20 million. No. That kind of calculation most times does not end that way. But you have to have an idea. If one bag is this amount, how much am I going to produce? Like that. So what I've done is that I have the whole of this script that you have seen here, most especially for the profitability analysis. I've given the formula in that PDF. So you are going to get it. It's free. I'll just link it here in the description. All you have to do is download it and then know how to calculate the profit analysis of this business, right? So if you see that, okay, this is a business that you can invest your money on, then you proceed and get your business plan, of which I'm always available to guide you and show you how you can write a business plan. I'm currently working on a business plan on this cassava processing, though this one is for a bigger capacity and the person is going 100% solar, so you can imagine how the project will be. But I'm always available to help you get a good business plan. Don't go into any business, no matter how small it is. A business plan will help you. And as a business person, your job is not just to use only your money. You can also source for funds. When you have a good business plan, you have somebody who is a good investor, and the person can help you. Even government, grant, and many other opportunities. So you have to get that business plan if you are interested. But for the profitability analysis and other things that you need, the machines, pricing and everything, package everything in a very good ebook, and I'm willing to give it out for you for free for being here on my channel. So thank you for watching this video. I remain Denison, your billionaire farmer. So all you have to do for me is to like this video, subscribe, and click on the bell icon. Turn on the notification bell, so that anytime I drop a video here, you'll be the first person or among the first person to watch the video. You'll be notified. So thank you so much for staying connected. See you in the next video.